President-elect Evariste Ndayishimiye on Thursday, a week after the sudden death of outgoing President Pierre Nkurunziza. The Constitutional Court ruled last week that the president-elect be sworn in as soon as possible instead of August, as had originally been planned.
Our prayers for him is to lead us well and satisfy all Burundians by helping citizens to live a better life.
Tumesikia raha kuona kwanza ni rais wa kwetu Gitega.
I'm happy because the new president comes from my home village and will be sworn in Gitega. Our hope is to see a lot of changes in Burundi.
Uganda's Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija, has been summoned by Parliament to explain the variances in figures in the 45 trillion shilling 2020-2021 government budget, which he read in Parliament last Thursday.
Uganda Development Bank to offer low-interest financing to manufacturing.
Rwanda has partially lifted restrictions on tourists entering the country, whereby they are not allowed to enter via Kigali Airport on private or hired planes and not on commercial flights. The decision was reached at a meeting held between government ministers and President Paul Kagame.
The situation currently.
The current situation shows increase in number of coronavirus cases in the country, something that is not conducive enough to allow tourists to enter the country.
Tourists to come in.
I'm glad that life is slowly coming back to normal. We pray to God that coronavirus ends in Rwanda for various activities to resume.
Health Chief Administrative Secretary Dr. Rashid Aman has confirmed 184 new coronavirus cases, the highest single-day cases since the pandemic in the country. All the cases are Kenyan except for one foreign national.
We have recorded the highest number of positives cases since we started testing, since our first case. We have today 184 cases that have returned a positive result after testing a sample size of 2,518 over the last 24 hours. The positive cases now push our cumulative numbers to 4,044. Out of a total of 124,474 samples that have been tested in the country so far. In terms of gender, 129 of the cases today are males, while 55 are females.
After weeks of debate and delays, Germany's official contact tracing application is available. It's designed to notify users if they've been close to someone infected with COVID-19. But how effective will it be? Let's turn to William Glucroft, a correspondent from our Deutsche Welle partner in Berlin. So, William, how is this app supposed to work?
Well, I can show you right here because I downloaded it myself just yesterday when it became live. For everyone in Germany to have on your Android or your iPhone device. Right now it's telling me I'm at low risk, that I've not been around anybody who has been a confirmed case of COVID-19. But of course it's only been active for a day and it only updates once a day. It's not real-time tracking. But it's very simple to use. There's no registration, there's no login, there's nothing. You just open the app, you turn on your Bluetooth and your GPS. And it's running in the background of your phone wherever you go. It will alert you, again, on the once a day if you happen to be in touch or be around anyone who has been diagnosed or confirmed positive for COVID-19. Of course, it requires me having the app, you having the app, the person with the virus, and it requires that person manually putting that information into the app. There's no kind of automatic registration system. So it's really based on a lot of voluntary involvement among people in Germany and that their willingness to share that kind of information.
So, William, what took so long to get it out?
Privacy is really the big thing. This was long debated through the months of April and May while the pandemic was really at its peak. Because they had to find that balance. Government officials had to find that balance between making an effective app that had any use at all, while at the same time adhering to Germany's very high privacy standards. Privacy and being anonymous, not being tracked, all these kinds of things are very sensitive issues here in Germany, given Germany's history with dictatorship, with being a surveillance state. So there had to be a lot of precautions, and a lot of actors, a lot of government actors were involved in checking the app and looking at different versions and giving feedback to its developers to make sure that it met very strict privacy requirements. This app cost 20 million euros to build, a few million euros every month is going to cost to maintain the app. So certainly not a cheap project, but actually I spoke to one IT expert who told me for this kind of app, working with the government, that's actually not such a bad price tag and is to be expected. But that's what took so long, really, and now it's just a question if people are really going to use it.
So you mentioned that it only updates once a day. With this in mind, how effective do officials think the application will actually be?
Well, like I said, it's a balance between privacy and protecting people's rights to privacy and upholding other values, and also the public health aspect. So it's by no means a perfect app, and government officials are not saying that this is a silver bullet to solve all of our problems. They emphasize, and the app actually shows itself, emphasizing you still need to keep washing your hands, you still need to wear a mask if you're too close to people, you still have to keep your distance whenever you can. All the basic hygiene rules that we've been following for months and should always be following, especially with hand washing, are still very much required. This app is just one more tool in the toolkit to try to break the infection chain, to try to make that contact tracing a bit more efficient, a bit more digital, and really, literally, in the palm of my hand.
Well, thank you very much, William. Looking forward to seeing how effective this app will be, and in terms of how many users and how people will react to the possibility of using this, especially since it's for their own safety. And that special report ends our international news. We'll be back with business news after this short break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and now in business news. The Minister of Industry and Trade, Innocent Bashungwa, has said that the government will take stern action against fuel operators who bought the commodity at low prices but are now selling fuel at high prices in order to make a quick profit.
Any trader who will be found holding fuel for the purpose of making product, we shall not hesitate to take legal action against them because of breaching several laws from EWURA, Competition Commission and Economic Sabotage Acts. We received government directives through the Ministry of Energy to ensure that we take all necessary measures for those who have been violating their business licenses, including oil marketing companies.
The first phase of construction of the leather products factory at Karanga Prison in Moshi District, Kilimanjaro region, has been completed by 97%. The factory is expected to start production in October this year.
For prisoners to be involved in construction of this building, the government has reduced construction expenditures by involving prisoners to complete the task. The experience will allow them to be good citizens once they complete their sentences and also give them expertise in the construction field. We expect to sell the shoes outside the country. So far, 97% of the project has been completed. What is left is final finishes of the building.
The government has exported more than 147 tons of fish fillet from Mwanza since Tanzania started the fish export business in May this year. The Minister of Works, Transport and Communication, Isaac Kamwewe, has said that measures are also being taken to improve storage facilities at Mwanza Airport.
Cargo planes have begun landing in Mwanza. With that not being enough, we saw the need of increasing passenger planes traffic. For example, Air Rwanda is already landing its cargo planes in Mwanza, but soon they are looking forward to begin passenger plane routes to Mwanza.
That's all for business news. Sports is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose to Lind.
And now in sports. Young African Sports Club has been held to a 1-1 draw by JKT Tanzania in their second game after the Premier League resumed, which was played at the Jamhuri Stadium in Dodoma. JKT scored first through a long volley struck by Michael Aiden before Patrick Sibomana equalized in the second half, taking advantage of a goalkeeping mistake. And Azam FC head coach Aristika Chioba says his team needs all the 3 points against Yanga on Saturday to be able to finish ahead of the Jangwani club.
This game need concentration from the next game, continue our plan. The team is come back, have a good program, come back from the camp, working again what is not good from this game. Is difference about the Yanga have very good player, but need to go and play the football and try from collect the maximum points. Is one game is possible win us, is possible win Yanga, but I like win the Azam this game from fighting from the top and stay in the top.
The government has warned football supporters that they will be dispersed by police if they turn up at Premier League matches being played behind closed doors, and that their clubs could play future games at neutral venues as a result. Here's more.
Huddlestone said that while he was delighted English football was returning, starting with Aston Villa hosting Sheffield United tonight, fans had to understand the implications of breaking the rules. Addlestone said he understood the urge for fans to want to celebrate their side winning matches, but with every game on TV for the rest of the season, there is no excuse not to stay at home. That message was backed by Jurgen Klopp, who released a video message to Liverpool supporters on Tuesday, promising them his team would still feel their presence.
Pep Guardiola has branded as stupid anyone who believes footballers should not express an opinion on issues beyond the sport, with Manchester City's manager supporting Marcus Rashford's stance regarding free meals for children during the summer holidays.
The Manchester United striker caused a government U-turn on Tuesday when his campaign prompted Boris Johnson to agree to provide vouchers. Guardiola has previously voiced his views regarding the imprisoning of Catalan politicians and was fined by the Football Association in 2018 for displaying a yellow ribbon. Guardiola also praised Premier League clubs who refused to use the government's furlough scheme during the coronavirus pandemic. Liverpool, Tottenham and Bournemouth decided to do so before reversing the stance, while Newcastle, Norwich and Sheffield United have taken advantage of the policy.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. My name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.